Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Jace, and I'll be taking you on some adventures along with my dog Sativa. If you love nature, then come join us. We'll be doing some camping, cooking, fishing, and boondocking amongst other things. Because taking some time for your physical and mental health should always be a priority before it's no longer an option. And remember to like, share, and subscribe so we can continue to explore together.
Many hours later.
I know it's been a little while since I got on here, but hear me out, there's definitely some reasons. I am on my way back home from Oregon right now. I just had some friends that were going to be in town for about a week, and so I didn't want to miss out on getting together with them. I wanted to enjoy it and not have to worry about filming and editing and all that. However, I do have plenty of footage from the previous week. So originally I only wanted to take a week off and help my old man with his retirement paperwork. But federal retirement is a whole different story. It's been a lengthy process, but that's not the only reason that I've been away. After that week, I ended up going to Chiapas, Mexico with my sister. From that trip, I definitely have plenty of footage. I have, I believe, just over 700 videos to go over, review, edit, put together, do the whole thing. It's gonna take me some time to get through it, so I wanted to do kind of like a little short update video and then probably just shoot some cool drone shots on the way home. I'm probably gonna be stopping by the beach where this trip originally started. Just made it out of coffee bean with an African sunrise tea. I usually get tea anywhere I go, and that's just because I can't drink coffee anymore. But I recently found out there is a latte tea. That thing is dangerous because I don't know if I'll ever just have a tea without getting it latte'd from now on. Go down to Coffee Bean. That place there. And get yourself one. African sunrise tea. A latte'd African sunrise tea. There will be no going back. Oh, goddamn. You want some? Come up here. Mm-hmm. All right, well, I won't make you guys sit here and watch me eat the rest of this, but I'm gonna do some editing, take a walk on the beach, and fly my drone before continuing to drive back home. Here's me editing.
Many hours later.
Good luck, and don't fuck it up.
Finishing an episode of Narcos Mexico, which you all should check out.
¿Qué vato dice? No, pues yo estoy bien con lo que tengo. Un pendejo, ¿no?
And then finally, check out these cool drone shots. Oh, goddamn. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed those drone shots, because those are rapidly becoming my favorite part of every trip. There is a lot of fun stuff I'm excited to show you guys from the Mexico trip. We went to go explore the Mayan pyramids at not just one, but 3 different locations. Originally, we stopped in Mexico City. I stayed there for 1 day. And then continued the flight over to Chiapas. By far one of my favorite experiences there. So we took a boat, we drove it out in between the mountains all over, and stopped at some like floating restaurant that was on the side of the river, which was great. From there, we went over to Palenque, and of course, there's tons of things that we did in between. So I'm just kind of downsizing and chopping it up for you guys. About halfway through the trip, I think is like my favorite part of it, which was at the time scary and probably horrendous, but you know, it's all good in retrospect. We went to this place called the Bride's Veil Waterfall. And this place has 2 access points, one to the left, one to the right. Each pathway is owned by 2 different companies, which we didn't know at the time. So my idea was, or I thought that we were gonna go on both, but we started with the one on the left-hand side. And that one, I believe, has around 400 steps, not including the walkways and, you know, little climbs. The site is beautiful. I'll probably put some pictures or footage here to give you guys a preview of what's to come. We're having a good time, made it all the way to the top, and I decided like, hey, this is the perfect spot to get some really cool drone shots. So I get the drone up in the air, I'm getting all these awesome shots, you know, feeling it, super excited. You know, I'm probably like, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 minutes in the air. You know, I'm thinking like, all right, it's probably time to go. I should start packing it up. And I decided to go up and get one more really cool shot. And so I'm thinking I'll kind of combine certain angles, I'll go a lot faster, it'll be super cool. This was a horrible idea. Yeah, at this point I have no visual on the drone and I'm just completely flying on the remote control, looking at the camera. So just as I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna fly back, as soon as I finish this and my screen goes black, I had crashed my drone into a fucking tree. So immediately I go in to find my drone mode, and this thing is on the complete opposite side of me. It is on the other side of a literal giant waterfall, river, and the only way I can get this thing back is for me to literally go down, walk back down, get in the car, drive to the other side of the river, pay their entrance fee, and run up the other side, which the right side of this river was, I think, just over 3,000 stairs, not including, you know, walkways, climbs, and all those things. I kind of weigh my options for a quick second because my drone at this point, I believe, had like maybe 20 to 25% battery, and my remote control was about 50. I start running down with my nephew. At this point, 20 to 25 minutes on the climb down when I spot a tree that fell over. And so, you know, once again, I weigh my options pretty quickly and decide that that's probably the only way that I'm gonna make it on time. I'll see if I can find a picture of these spiders, but this tree that we had to cross was filled with giant spiders, and I'm talking like 2 to 3 inch spiders, not including the legs. And the only reason that tree was even there is because like 3 or 4 days before we showed up, there was a giant rainstorm, and so it started knocking things down. We crossed this tree, we climb up to where there's a walkway. There was a split pathway, and we had no idea. So we took the wrong one, and we ran into some workers that worked that side of the trail. And she explained to us that we had to pay, so she walked us back and then redirected us in the way that we had to go. we still had probably around 30 to 45 minutes of a run up. When I tell you I have never been this tired, but at this point, my drone was probably around 10% battery and I didn't want to lose the signal. We start sprinting full force going up this mountain. After maybe 30, 45 minutes of nonstop, and I mean nonstop, running up stairs and hills and all this crap, we finally made it up to where the GPS said the drone was at. But the drone was dead. So all I had to go on was the last known location. I'm asking the workers that were in the general area that worked the rappel line if they by any chance heard or saw anything, and no luck. So I'm looking up at the trees just hoping to spot it. Usually if the drone has a little battery, you can get it to kind of flash lights, beep. That was not an option. So my control dies at this point, and I still have absolutely no idea where it's at. Luckily, I had the GPS coordinates, and so I punched those into my phone, and the phone ended up being much more accurate with that. So I was able to see that I was clearly underneath the last known location. And it's been probably like 20-30 minutes of me just looking through the tree, seeing if I could spot anything. And lo and behold, I see like one side of the propeller sticking out just a little bit. And this fucking thing is on the tallest, smoothest tree in the entire area. I mean, it's so high where there's absolutely no way that I can even throw anything at it. And I had even spoken to some of the workers there and told them like, yo, if someone can knock this thing down, I don't care if it breaks, I have insurance, but I need that memory card. I'll shoot you some cash, but I'll shoot some cash to whoever gets this thing down. We all decided that was gonna be pretty much impossible. So they told me that there's a couple locals that usually work bringing down coconuts for tourists and that they might be able to help me. But it is 5:30 p.m. and the entire place closes at 6. So I'm about to start running down this mountain again and weigh my options, thinking that my only option is gonna drive back to the hotel, which is I think like 3 hours away, and drive back the next morning. But as I'm about to start running, my sister calls me, and I don't know how in the hell the call got through because there's no reception there. But the call gets through, she asks me what's going on. I'm telling her I'm gonna run down the mountain, go talk to the office. And she says, don't worry about it. We're driving over there and let me talk to someone, I'll give you a call back. So the workers there are telling me it's gonna probably cost me like 2,000 to 3,000 pesos to get that thing down. My sister calls me and she says, hey, we tracked someone down. One of the people here shot down on a motorcycle. They're gonna pick him up from the nearest town, drive him back. Hopefully he can come and get the drone down. So I'm talking to one of the head guys where I'm at, and I told him like, yo, if you're willing to stay a little bit longer, I'll shoot you some cash, don't worry about it. And he says, cool, no problem. My sister calls me, she says, hey, the guy showed up. He's literally running up the mountain to meet you. So I'm sitting there waiting for this guy to show up, and they're radioing in every maybe 10-15 minutes when they stop at a checkpoint where they have the rappel lines, and they're letting us know that the guy's on his way. So this dude shows up sweating bullets already from like a, 30-45 minute climb up the mountain. And all he has is 2 ropes, but he's ready to climb.
Ya no trae batería, se le acabó la batería.
To cut this story short, because I'll fill you in more on that on the coming videos. The guy climbs up the tree and tosses the drone down.
Dale.
We catch it in like a homemade tarp thing that we had there, and everything is a-okay. All was well, and I got my drone back. thank you guys for checking in. Thank you for joining me. You know, stay tuned for all those really fun upcoming videos I got. I just wanted to shoot this one kind of short and simple. And with all that being said, remember, you know, take care of your physical and mental health, and above all, stay wild.